Welcome back to On Point. My name is Arabile Kumeto. Of course, unpacking this market picture a little bit for you now, and it certainly has been quite an interesting time. And if you were to look at company news, of course, that has really dominated things along the way. Of course, we've seen the mining companies also play a huge role in how things have fared, COVID-19 impacting all of those, as well as, of course, the airplane or aeronautical space. That has played very difficult right now. Eric Venter, the former CEO of ComAir, even saying that he thought that ComAir's move to perhaps go into business rescue was just a little bit unnecessary, and they have a lot of room in their balance sheet. So a whole lot happening when it comes to the companies. But for now, though, let's unpack another company that came out with results today, Transaction Capital. Now, also impacted, of course, by the coronavirus and COVID-19 itself. So just how much, though, can the company survive, considering that South African taxis have also been impacted by this quite significantly? We're joined on the line there by David Hurwitz, who is the CEO of Transaction Capital. David, thank you so much for the time. A difficult time when one takes a look at the notes of your earnings. Certainly would have went up around 18% in terms of your core headline earnings per share, but unfortunately down 17%. So it certainly did hurt.
Yes. Thank you for having me on the show. I think what we saw was very strong performance for the half year to the end of March. All of our operational metrics were in line with past performance. We are a business which has been able to grow in the high teens, sometimes above 20% year on year. For now, we've been listed for 7 years, so we do have a very strong growth track record. And in truth, our business grew earnings by 19% for this half year. We did, however, process two adjustments, which was not necessitated, but we felt was a conservative view. We processed two adjustments, both are non-cash adjustments. One in SA Taxi, an adjustment of 126 million rand, and another adjustment in our collection services business of 65 million rand. And after those adjustments, our earnings did go down. But these two adjustments that we processed are an expectation of what the impact will be on our collection ratios going forward for the next short-term period. Yeah. So despite for those adjustments, we're very, very comfortable with our operational performance.
Yeah, so what exactly is the short or medium term expectation in overall then for the entity? Do you see yourselves being able to ride out the COVID-19 storm perhaps for the remainder of 2020? Are you preparing yourselves for perhaps better business going into next year?
Yes, so what we've done is we already have prepared ourselves very well from an operational perspective and a capital perspective. We have the capital and liquidity to allow us to sustain this pandemic for the rest of this year. And operationally, what we've done is we've flexed our operations. Most of our workforce are working from home. We've gone from having 1,700 call center agents working on site pre-coronavirus to now having about 1,200 call center operators working from home with no compromise to data accessibility or tech capability. So we believe that both financially and operationally we are well positioned. Obviously, as for everybody in the entire world, earnings will be under pressure whilst operations and economic activity is low. But we are very confident that our business models are absolutely relevant, and that long-term we see very nice opportunities coming out of this pandemic that we're seeing. And back into the 2021 year, we feel that we should be able to again have earnings and dividend growth at a similar rate to what we'd seen in the past, pre-coronavirus.
Okay, well...
Okay, well, things get very interesting, though, when you think then towards your loan repayment and insurance premium relief program. How much exactly have you put forward with regards to that? How much of it are you expecting to use? And how many people have used it thus far?
So we've tried to support our clients and our industries as much as possible. As you correctly say, we provided the taxi operators with loan relief for the entire month of April, as well as insurance premium relief. what we saw was that still about 20% of our operators still made a payment. We collected about 20% of our expectation. So we're actually very pleased with that result, and we would anticipate collections recovering back to normal levels, at the beginning of the 2021 financial year. So there is an expectation that collections ramp up from this low level of 20% to a full recovery at year end. We've also spent a lot of money, besides for this loan relief that we've offered. We've also spent a lot of money supporting the industry. We've invested more than 7 million rand in safety measures for taxi operators and commuters in terms of providing sanitization of commuters and the actual taxis and the ranks. So there has been a very big investment into health and safety over the last while.
Thank you so much for it there. Well, David, appreciate the time. Thank you so much for it there. David Hurwitz is the CEO of Transaction Capital. Of course, a big company within their stable is SA Taxi, and that is the one really taking the chunk, should I say then, of things as well as the proceedings continue to move forward. 282 with regards to a billion there, of course, with regards to their core headline earnings. Pre-coronavirus, pre-COVID-19 adjustment as well. So it certainly did hurt. It certainly did impact it.